Hi there, it's Lisa Loring, and I am gonna come in and do it's actually Friday, February 10th, but I'm doing a reading for tomorrow, the 11th. Although, as we know, and as proved during if in the past several readings that I've done, and I think part of that is just the universe supporting where I'm at. I can't just come on and do stuff all the time. And you know what? Honestly, I don't think we should feel like that. You know what I mean? We should do things when we feel like doing them, when we feel called to do them. There's enough of the. Let me move on to my essential oil collection for today. I've got this cool. My daughter gave me this really neat moldavite. It's actually a real moldavite in there. Anyway, to following your intuition and doing things when we feel guided to, when our heart is in it, when we have the right kind of time and space, doing things in this kind of regimented way. I don't know, that certainly hasn't been working out for anybody. There was a time when we needed to do things like that. There was a time when we did need to do that, and I think that time is well past. We're well into another, and that's part of coming into the age of Aquarius. We've got Pluto moving into the 29th degree of Capricorn for the first time in like 250 years or something like that. And well, yeah, because that was back where Pluto is now is when the United States was created. That was a minute ago. Yes. And granted, yes, I'm in the United States, so I'm very, sensitive to that. And I, hearing lots of things around that. But we have not been at this place for a number of lifetimes, whatever that means for you. So, I just want to do a little recap because one thing I did know, a couple of things. Oh my gosh, yes. Two things. Remember, I got really fixated on construct, conflict, that con prefix that was in the words. I did go back and look at that. I just, haven't been able to get on since. But con means to go all the way through. That's one of the meanings, to do things, do things thoroughly. And that came through, right? That came up again with the Queen of Cups, and also, and now I'm thinking it again, even further. The swan that came up in the Shadowscapes tarot looks like this, and we got this swan here, and we also had this Three of Swords from the Crystal Visions deck. So this is the archetypes from Krans. And this is the Shadowscapes tarot. Oh, sorry. I think you can see it there. You can see it. So, this, feeling all the way through, feeling what has, feeling the, moving beyond. Now, Chiron also moved beyond the 12th degree finally as of today. And so Chiron also will not be back at the 12th degree of Aries. It's been at the 12th degree of Aries, been playing this back and forth there. It will not be back at that 12th degree of Aries for another 50 years. So these are like these really long transits. And, part of the reason we haven't been able to do this pulling out of the swords of our own, to really, to stop being letting these wounds continue to be a thing, is because, it was only like 150 years ago that we started having these, our own lifespans were long enough for us to feel this Chiron kind of return. So for some of us who are my age, we're having Chiron returns. And this Chiron's been sitting on my 12 degree Aries moon for like the entire, the past couple of years. So playing that edge. But Chiron is finally moved beyond that. And even when it retrogrades, he retrogrades. He's the wounded healer. He will not come back to the 12th degree of Aries for another 50 years. So Pluto's moving into this 29th degree where he has not been at all, even though he's been doing a really long transit in Capricorn, which is breaking down like all of our institutional ideas on the personal as well as the global level. And yeah, You know, so we are coming away from, we're pulling these like thorns out. We're seeing where these thorns have been rooted. And, you know, we're coming out like this. It really struck me later on, like the next day when I just still, I was, you know, I continued to sit with these cards. And, you know, instead of a bleeding heart, you know what? So what? So what? Maybe you are a bleeding heart. Maybe you are. Wearing your heart on your sleeve. We're getting stronger because we're able to see these things now, and we're able to actually get our arms, actually put our own arms around ourselves. We're here, glowing. Love it. Okay, so thank you, Swan. We're going to put you over here. And I'm not going to do the Crystal Visions. I'm actually going to do the Shadowscapes Tarot because you know I love me some Queen of Cups. I do love that Queen of Cups. She's my favorite Queen of Cups ever. No offense to any other decks. We're going to do Shadowscapes tonight. All right, let me pull myself in and get myself a little sip of tea. How are you doing? I hope that, you know, at the end of this week, you know, this was quite a week, past couple of weeks, the whole month of February. And like I said, listen, there was, the astrology group with Serious Joy was calling it, the February was to, breaking things down in order to break through, you know, typical Aquarius kind of stuff, but, you know, letting things go in order for them to come together. I like to believe I can let things go. I'm kind of okay with it. I'm not that great at it. For you, we do need to do that in order for things to come together. And that takes courage. That takes pulling the swords out of the places that we've been wounded in order to allow some other energy to come in. You're equipped to do this. You are. All right, one card's already coming out. Queen of Wands. This lady has been on my mind for 2 days, 3 days. Imperial Topaz is her crystal in another deck. Golden Topaz. I'm going to go get it, in fact. Golden Topaz. And... oh my gosh, and it is sitting right here. My golden coat. Actually, this is Incolite, blue tourmaline, which is kind of rare. That's why it's a tiny piece. Golden Topaz. This card, she has been on my mind. I love Queen of Wands. And I can't help but notice how the coloring is so similar in both these cards. Queen of Wands is this one. I'm going to angle the camera down so y'all can see. Topaz, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is another very passionate lady. Very passionate, nurturing, talented. Look, she's playing a harp that she has, you know, strung up in these lovely branches of a tree that have come up to like help her. She's got a falcon. Interesting. Falcon energy has been coming up strong for me this week. There's another bird in here. I don't know what that is. There are two fox-like creatures here underneath that are in their little den that are hearkening to her music. She's got a great outfit on. And I also noticed that she's got some like, it's like a card of Aries, definitely a fire sign card, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I kind of liken her to more of a Sagittarian vibe, only because she's super creative and she has that, you know, that more feminine aspect of the three royal card. You know, there's 4 court cards. You've got your page, which is messages. You've got your Knight, which is action, and then you've got the Queen, which is going to be a more creative presentation of that energy, of that fire energy, passion, anything you're passionate about, anything that could be relationships, it could be anything that we're, investing and devoting ourselves to, and where our heart is really into it. And our heart energy is going into it. And then, of course, the King is going to be that more masculine, that more outward expression. And she's doing something, but she's actually drawing things to her. This is a more receptive energy. Okay. And, as she just does what she's doing, people, this tree, arranges itself so she can make a beautiful instrument, and from there she makes music, and everything's coming around her, including that hawk, which is focus, falcon, which is focus. Okay, what else? Oh, Page of Pentacles. This is also another court card in a different element. This is the element of earth, pentacles. It's something that's happening right here, right now in the 3D that is matter, that's material. Pages are all also messages. And in this, a Page of Pentacles can be like wanting to do a lot of different things. The other theme of this week was that, we needed to start making some decisions and start putting our energy in the right places to get off the fence. This page is sitting on the back of a dragon that's asleep, but pretty soon that page is going to have to figure it out, because the dragon's going to wake up, right? So that page needs to figure out like where this very hermetic, neither male nor female kind of individual needs to figure themselves out. This is a card of Gemini. Mars is in Gemini. Mars is a fire. It's the ruler of Aries. It's a fiery planet. It's a masculine energy. So where we're going to put our drive, our motivations, where we're going to put our passions, we're going to have to figure that out. We can't just be doing like anything that we want to do, and although that's so attractive, that gets a lot of nothing done. Okay, here's one more. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is coming up. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. So there is a lot of like, going on here. Central card is, using discernment, corralling the discernment to, figure our way out. This 8 of Swords is an energy of our thought, again, so we have actually all 4 elements presented here. We've got the fire element, earth, air is thoughts. This is material stuff. These are our possessions. This is education. This is our health. Things that matter, things that we do that create, that end up creating something that matters. And then Cups is, of course, our emotions, our intuition, our spiritual life, our faith. It's also health. It all, at the end of the day, it's health, right? Because our emotions can. And what do we have here too? What's Judgment? Ah, yeah. So the call. Blue butterflies, definitely intuition. So, using our intuition to, start making some calls here. And that's a major arcana card. So this is a major signpost. We have 2 court cards. 2 minor arcana. So this is like everyday kind of energy. These are like, either characteristics that we find within ourselves or within the people around us or within situations. And then the Judgment card is a major arcana. There's another major arcana here. So these are energies that are coming in like a little bit later. Again, Justice. So we're still we're balancing this. This is clearly an energy that's pervasive through the weekend. So feel free to come back to listen to this. As you're able to see how this is unfolding for you or around you. Doesn't have to necessarily be showing up personally for you, but it could be happening in your environment. You could watch the globe, watch the news. This is definitely a global time. There's a lot going on. Well, watch the news. I hesitate to say that. I don't. I have my ear to the ground enough that I know what's going on, but that's about it. It's hard to believe what's going on, especially with Mars rocketing his way through Gemini. I brought that up earlier. The Mars is, so we have this fire energy, but it's how do we direct it? With Mars going through Gemini, that there's can be a lot of, like I said, there's Robbie Hunch, who does daily reports through Serious Joy. She says that Mars and Gemini is, watch out for the bloviators. So, and that could be yourself. Where you bloviating yourself? And that's where we get caught up. That's where we get caught up in these, these mind games that lock us in. But it's really, this, yeah, it's really just it's fear that's keeping us trapped. Our fearful thoughts keep us trapped and, stymied from doing anything, from getting beyond. And it really is, if you, believe these fearful thoughts, like check in on that. Like, is that actually even really happening? And that's what I brought up with those Three of Swords cards earlier in the week. It was, is this stuff really even going on now? Or is this just all in my head? Like, maybe if I take a fresh perspective and look up at this hummingbird, which is a far better thing to be looking at than the horrible, like, creature that's spinning this, really, it's just a ghosty kind of, this isn't even a real, like, person. That's something that's like more of an imagined shape in a dark cloud. We can really get into that and sucked into that. Or, this hummingbird is trying to lead this swan out of that mire. But it's this going back and forth kind of thing, which is very much a Page of Pentacles energy. Trying to figure out like where we're going to, or either dispersing our energy and diluting it. That's so coming up with this water card. We are hearing the call to make the call. We're hearing that needs to happen. And the butterflies are here. They're blue ones, and that particular color is definitely a color of the third eye, the brow chakra. And I'm drawn to this. This card came up earlier in the flower oracle card deck. It was safe for you to open your center of clairvoyance. By doing so, you see the truth. Using discernment, we must corral we need to listen to our feelings. We need to listen, and there's orange poppies in this card. I forget what those are from, what those are representative of. I can look it up. But yeah, we have to listen to our intuition. We need to hear our own truth. Not this other stuff that's being spun up for us. Or maybe we're spinning in an incessant circle. The minute you feel yourself going there, that's the minute you stop. What am I grateful for? What's actually working around me? Because it's hard to know what to do. It's hard to know what to practically do in these instances, right? And it really is to stop, because if this swan like starts to struggle and try to like, is getting all twisty in there, it's going to get hurt. Not by the swords, but by those thorns. Again, going back to those thorns, we've pulled the thorns out. If we, struggle and machinate and just kind of ruminate, we're going to get stuck there. Rather than look up at something joyful and creative like a hummingbird, see what's working. Oh, maybe this, ask for help. Ask for help to guide, to find a more creative way out. Call upon the Queen of Wands. What does my heart love to do? What does my heart love to do? And in that way, we get out of this Page of Pentacles and we can figure out like where to direct the energy. And we can be in royalty. We're back in our sovereignty. We're actually, we're respectful of all that's around us. We're not just using it or ignoring it. This is like an ignoring of, of everything that's around you that could be possibly helpful. Usually in a Four of Cups card, the person is fixated on one cup. This mermaid is just kind of lazily like messing with the water. She's not even looking at any of the cups that are on offer. All four of these cups are being offered to her, and she is not even accepting that help. That's part of it. You know what? We ask for help. We ask and 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 we ask. We don't listen. Judgment card. Look at that horn. Listen. So listen to the help that's there. Ask for help, but then listen in order to be guided to where you do want to put your energies, into where you want to, listen for messages. So again, pages are messages coming in to guide you to the right places. There's an owl represented here. This is wisdom. Call upon your own wisdom, your own divinity, your own royalty, and be very respectful of what's coming in. You know what? When we are listening, we're being respectful. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you have a great weekend. I love you. If you want a private reading, just give me a holler, direct message me, email me, whatever. Set something up. But this is a general reading for the collective. And let me know if you have any questions or comments. Enjoy.